What up, y'all? Let's get into some Diddy news. In this video, we're going to talk about the Kim Porter book being subpoenaed by the feds. Plus, Diddy's lawyer is accusing Homeland Security of leaking the Cassie hotel video. And his lawyers wants to have the names of all the witnesses who may be testifying against him in his federal trial. All right, so I never originally reported on the Kim Porter book that was for sale because I honestly was in the middle on that book. A part of me was like, this isn't real, no way. Then another part of me was like, but maybe it is. So I decided to sit on this story for a little bit to see how it shakes out. And it looks like as I was sitting back watching this Kim Porter book situation unfold, the feds were watching too. Now, within the past month, I've seen 2 interviews about this book that made my eyebrows raise a bit. The first interview was with Todd. Chris Todd is the guy who created the book and put it up for sale. Now, Chris is an author. His claim is somebody who had the original copy of the Kim Porter book gave it to him so he could sell it because the person who gave it to him isn't like an author or anything. He didn't really know his way around the business of creating books. I watched Chris Todd do an interview with The Art of Dialogue. I'll post the link in my description. And the interviewer grilled him. The interviewer was like, "Are you sure this book is real? Why did you release this? Did you verify any of this?" And he was firm in the things that were given to me are real. And I was like, based off his tone and body language, I kind of believe him. Now, by then, the book had went viral. So I'll be sure Kim Porter's kids come out and they say, hey, none of this is true. Kim wasn't writing a tell-all book. This book is fake. So a lot of people was like, hey, if this book isn't real, Amazon, give me my money back. I was still like, I don't know. Something about this seems off. The reason a part of me believed this book may have been slightly real is everybody kept saying Kim was not writing a book, but nobody knows what a person is doing, really. You can be her best friend, her mom, her kids. Nobody knows what a person is doing when they're alone. So when everybody was so adamant that it wasn't true, I'm a contrarian. I'm like, but what if it is? This Chris Todd seems very firm in his belief that the things that were given to him were legitimate. Now, he never told anybody in the interview where he got these items from, so that did make him look suspicious, like, bro, who gave you this? All right, you fast forward about 2 weeks later, after his interview, another guy pops out by the name of Courtney Burgess, and he is the guy who gave the jump drive to Chris Todd. I watched his interview, and a part of me believed him because he was claiming to have several jump drives of Kim writing in a diary format, but he also had videos and pictures on these jump drives as well. He was in the belief that Kim was keeping these jump drives and videos and things of this nature as a way to maybe blackmail Diddy. He essentially alluded to the fact that Kim was tired of being controlled by Diddy. He paid for everything. He had control over the kids. And she wanted to set herself up in a way to be successful without him. So this is the mindset on why he thought Kim was writing a tell-all book. In addition, she had jump drives full of videos and pictures that may be kind of incriminating. So now I'm listening to these 2 men and I'm like, these are major allegations. You're saying you have jump drives of videos of Diddy possibly doing illegal things? Maybe this book is real. And I tell people all the time, the feds are on the internet. They're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. They are watching all of this stuff. I'm like, if you 2 people are saying that these items are real in the midst of a federal investigation publicly on the internet, I hope y'all are prepared to receive a visit from the federal government. And lo and behold, they popped up on Courtney Burgess. They was like, hey, yo, we need them jump drives and that book. Everything you claiming is real. We need all that evidence. And you need to come testify in front of the grand jury. So now I'm like, they have to think he's somewhat a legitimate source. Like, y'all confiscated the book, y'all confiscated all of the jump drives, and y'all want him to testify in front of the grand jury? Now, here is the contradiction with Courtney. One interview, he said a friend of Kim Porter gave him all of this information after she passed away. Then another time, he said Kim Porter gave him these things directly. He said Kim Porter gave him 11 jump drives with her book on it, 8 tapes with at least 8 celebrities, and they included 2 to 3. Now, if the feds can verify that these tapes are real, and if there's even one on those tapes or any tapes that they raided in his home, it's a wrap. Because right now, Diddy's whole defense is we were all adults, partaking, having fun. Everybody was cool with the arrangement. Nobody was forced to be involved with these after party activities. That defense goes out the window if there's one on film The only way he might even be able to weasel out of that charge is if that person on the film refuses to testify, or if they don't corroborate that that is them in the video. That's the only way of getting out of that charge. This Courtney guy is so confident in what he has. He says he's working to get the book back squared away on Amazon, so he's confident that the documents he has is real. I guess only time will tell. All right, so Diddy's lawyer is saying the Department of Homeland Security gave CNN the tape of the Cassie incident in the hotel. Fed said, no, we didn't. We saw the video when everybody else saw the video. So this tells me that Diddy's lawyers think that the feds sees that video in the raid, or Diddy has so many tapes in his home, he probably is telling his lawyer like, yo, they had to get that out of my house. They had to leak it. Maybe he thinks he had that tape in one of his homes. The feds responded and was like, bro, while you're pointing fingers at us, you may need to look at your homeboys, your ex-employees. Anybody could have had a copy of that tape and gave it to CNN, but we didn't do it. We saw it in 4K like everybody else. My theory is one of three people had that tape. Either Cassie had a copy, the hotel had a copy, or somebody in Diddy's camp had a copy and sold it to CNN. I really think Cassie had a copy of that tape only because when you read Cassie's lawsuit, she describes that incident in so much vivid detail. The government is like, yo, unless you can prove with evidence that somebody from the feds or Homeland Security leaked this tape, we suggest you stop lying on us. Hey, I hope that Diddy's team has some kind of proof of this leak because, wow, they really are poking the beast. Making these types of accusations on the federal government, I hope they have something to back it up. Diddy's lawyers already accused them of discrimination and said they're only coming after Sean Combs because he's a successful man, when in reality, they're coming after him because of all these lawsuits and interviews of past employees accusing him of some wild things. Diddy's team is also requesting names of the people who the feds are going to be using as witnesses or victims in this crime. They want a bill of particulars. Diddy's team want more clarity or exact details on how he's going to be charged. And the feds was like, bro, you know what you did. You know who you did it to. We already told you what we're charging you with. How much more clearer can we be? They was like, we ain't giving you nothing more than what we already gave you. They said, listen up. We gave your lawyers search warrants, hotel, financial, and communication records, information from over 60 devices, including iCloud accounts, text messages, audio, video, photos, everything y'all asked for, y'all got. We're not giving you the names to the witnesses. Look at all the evidence we gave y'all and y'all figure it out. And in this document, they slipped up and essentially said, it's going to be more victims. Right now, based off what we read, it only seems like Cassie is the central focus of this case. But in this recent document, the government pretty much stated the victims, it was plural, the victims are people who he assaulted and transported across state lines to do illegal things. They're like, yo, you know who you called, you know who you flew out, you know who your victims are, and you will eventually find out. You're just not about to find out today. They was like, yo, look at the piles of evidence we already gave y'all to review. Y'all put the pieces together and we'll let y'all know who all the witnesses are about 15 days before trial. That's the law, my boy. They insinuated, we honestly just believe you're going to tamper with witnesses, maybe using coercion or payoffs to hush them up. So yeah, we're not telling you too much right now. We're keeping it close to the vest. So this also means that we, us, the audience, we won't know a lot of details until closer to trial as well, because the judge has essentially granted a gag order on both sides. So Diddy's lawyers and the feds can't really be out here speaking too much to the press or making public statements, because Diddy's team felt like if y'all keep talking about Sean Combs, he can't get a fair trial. And the feds was like, hey, y'all was talking about us in the public too. So the judge was like, all right, I'm going to just put a gag order on both of y'all. Nobody says anything moving forward. So this is the latest in the Diddy saga. The feds said, we didn't leak any Cassie tapes and we ain't giving you no witness names. So the judge should be making a decision on these things pretty soon. Thanks for hanging out with me. Do y'all think the feds leaked the Cassie video? Peace.